Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to go over something super simple that a lot of you might know, however a lot of you might not know. And I remember when I was first starting investing, I wish that was able to see this at least once or twice before I started. Like I said, a lot of you already know this stuff, but let's go ahead and go over it. So I started a new public account here. I use TD Ameritrade personally. You guys can use whatever you want. It'll apply to whatever you're using. I put $100 in so I can show you guys how to make a real simple trade. We can talk a little bit about terminology as well, and we'll go from there. So guys, the first step you're going to do is you're going to look up what type of ETF or stock you want to buy. For this example, I'm going to go over the Vanguard High Dividend Yield Index Fund ETF. And the reason I'm doing that is a couple of reasons. One, I think during a recession or a unstable market, this is a little bit safer play, so I would recommend going into something like this. Second, it's a good way to build long-term wealth. And third, it is $100.04, and we have $100, so I'm going to show you guys a way you can try to place an order for this. ETFs, you can only buy full shares, so you'd have to technically put in 4 more cents. But what we're going to do is we're going to put in a limit order, and that might allow us to get it right when it drops to $100. So for today's example, I'm going to talk about the Vanguard High Dividend Yield Index Fund. I talk about this a couple times on the channel, but ticker symbol VYM. What's nice about this is index funds are low cost funds to have. So if you look here, the net expense ratio, it says 0.06. And so what that means simply is per every $1,000 you have invested in this fund, you'll be paying 60 cents annually for it to be taken care of for you. There's nothing else you got to pay. That's it. The next thing I want to talk about here is the annual dividend yield. It says 3.21%. What's interesting is the fund is just about $100, so it's $3.22. That's per year. They typically will split that into fourths and pay that quarterly. I want to explain this graph over here. It was confusing when I first started. So you can see this, it looks like a tic-tac-toe chart kind of. So the top is large, the second row is medium, and the bottom row is small. Then you have value, blend, and growth. So, you can kind of think that the farther up top and left you go, the more, quote, safe a play might be compared to going to small growth. That would be higher risk, higher reward. Those definitely have a chance of like going up much faster. However, in a bear market, the large value might be a little bit safer play. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's just kind of how those things work. If you go down a little bit more, it says about this ETF, you can see what the 10-year, 5-year, 3-year, 1-year, all those things are here. And if you go down a little bit further, you can see the top 10 holdings and the weight. And what I mean by weight, it says percentage of assets that's in them. So you can see Johnson & Johnson holds a 3%, 3.1%. ExxonMobil is 2.95. JP Morgan's in there. Anyway, you guys can see the rest of the holdings there. I think it's important to look at at least the top 10 there. You can click on portfolio details and see what the whole weight of it is. But if you look at S&P 500, ETFs, they actually can differ just a little bit by those top 10 holdings, and it's a good thing to look at before you get started. Just in case I didn't mention, I'm using TD Ameritrade, but you guys can use whatever platform you want. And let's go ahead and see if we can't buy a 1 share of this ETF. I'm going to click buy. So after you click buy, you'll have some type of screen like this, whether you use your phone app or the computer, whatever you want to do. If you see action, you can have buy or sell. So we're going to click buy. Quantity, we're only going to be able to afford 1, so I'm going to put 1 in there. The stock should pop up there. However, you could switch this to whatever you wanted. Order type, I will just talk about the two main ones. So limit order is, you could say, I only want to buy this if it goes to this price. That's what we're going to use today. Market order would say, whatever it is right now, I'll just take it. I don't care about the price fluctuating between this couple seconds of me buying it. So we do a limit order. We're going to type in 100.00 because that's how much money we have. Time in force, we want it to happen today, so we're going to click day. You can, day is the only one I ever use because I keep an eye on stuff anyway. And then we're going to click on review order. And you can look down here, there's no commission. You used to have to pay like $6.95, $12.95, $19.95 per trade. They got rid of all that stuff, so everybody that just started investing got really lucky. You used to have to save up a bunch of money and say, because you would do it per trade. But anyway, none of that matters anymore. So 0 commission, $100 for $100, then we're going to click buy. Place order. And just like that, our order was filled. It says filled by 1 quantity, VYM. We did a limit order, and accepted at 99.88. So $99.88 what we paid for our share, and now we have a share of VYM. Congratulations. So now you can see you have one share of VYM. It's currently at $100.04. This loss here actually is showing the daily for VYM. When you log in the next day, you'll see what you're doing daily because you've had the share the whole day and you have one share. I do hope that was helpful, guys. Like I said, I wish somebody had done that when I was first starting. So if nothing else, super simple way to figure out how to actually buy a stock, make it a little bit less scary, and just a couple of things about it. Here's a picture of my dog Pongo. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you're still with me, please consider subscribing, liking, smashing the like button, and commenting down below if you thought this was helpful. Thanks, guys.